All righty, welcome in. Watching some volley, talking some volley here on a Friday afternoon. It's Bet the Beach live, our first official live stream, so welcome in. Let's get right to it. We got two games going on right now. I'll switch you over to the scores. On center court, we got the Swedes versus the Germans. It has been a hard-fought third set here, and right now, Ehers and Wickler have match point 14-12, now 14-13, as the Swedes fight off that first match point with an option ball right down the middle. David Amon getting the beautiful set on one from Jonathan Helvig. On the second court here, court two, we got USA, Kame Shock and Triborn, the new partnership in their first Elite 16 as partners, and also a nice little tidbit from Travis Merwitter of the Sandcast podcast on Instagram earlier today, mentioning that is the first time that two American teams have been in the main draw of an Elite 16. That system's only been going on for a year now, but still, big deal. Trevor Crabb and Theo Brunner with a big win last night in qualifiers. Two American teams coming out of the qualies, and now Triborn and Kame Shock, his new partner, taking on Peruzic and Schweiner from the Czech Republic, and they have an 11-10 lead here at the technical timeout. If you're joining us, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to have you. I'm going to try to do these more and more. It's a big tournament. It's a fun tournament, this one here. We got just an absolutely loaded main draw, as you would expect for one of the first real big ones of Olympic qualification. And it's been some great matches today. And when we get to the completion of this game here between Sweden and Germany, maybe we'll look back and look at some of the scores and some of the storylines that have happened so far today. But again, it's Bet the Beach Live. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you. We are in the, I apologize, second set, Sweden and Germany there, as you can see. Right there on your screen, 16-14, Germany ahead of the Swedes. Let's look back a little bit, why don't we, at some of the scores while we have a few minutes from earlier in the day today. First game really of note to me, Barbara and Carol taking that the Spanish duo of Liliana and Soria in two sets. And then just a really, really good matchup, I thought, early in the day, noon here Eastern, between the Brazilians' top team of Ana Patricia and Duda versus Melissa and Brandy. And Melissa and Brandy coming off two back-to-back big weeks, both winning the Queen of the Court in Miami, and then the AVP, Brandy getting her first AVP win just a week ago. And then they take the short flight down to Tepic, Mexico. And Melissa and Brandy, I think, are going to do some real damage here on the tour. But they're not quite there yet, I don't think. I mean, they're a top 10 team on the women's side for sure in beach volley at the moment, so that's saying something. But Ana Patricia and Duda, I think, are a top 1 or 2 team at any moment. So, actually, if we switch over to my Instagram, we can pull up my women's odds to win this tournament. Let's see if we can find those right there. I had Kelly and Sarah, who are playing Cloth and Nuss here, I believe, very shortly. Let's see if we can get that and figure out when that's going to be on the schedule. Okay, there you go. 5 o'clock Eastern time. Kelly and Sarah versus TKN. TKN coming out of the qualifier. Amazing that they would go back-to-back weekends, winning a challenge, and then right back into the qualies, but they're no stranger to that. And they will be competing against what, in my mind, is the USA's number 1 team, and the number 1 team in the world, I would think. You'd be hard-pressed to pick a better team, but as I said, and I got there by saying Ana Patricia and Duda right there in that top 3, along with the women from the Netherlands, Damenschoen. All right, let's keep an eye on what's going on here live. I don't want to lose sight of what's going on because that's probably what you're most focused on. So let's switch over to that. And we have Kame and Theo down 2 points. Czech is serving. Peruzic and Schweiner missing the did not compete in the challenge event in La Paz last weekend. So first real look we've had to see of them yet this season. Nice little cut shot there by Triborn. Drops it in on the line, and USA going to make it 14-15. Tryon came yesterday, looked good. They looked good. They look like they're still kind of working out some of the kinks. It's a new partnership. It's only March, maybe 2 months old at the moment. So it looks like they're still working on some things. Early in the season, you got like a 16-month Olympic push here. So I've heard these guys say plenty of times you don't need to be peaking in March of the year before. You need to be peaking in, June of 2024 when you get to France. So, no criticism there. Just looks like they're still working on things. And on the other side of that partnership, of course, both of their old partners, Trevor and Theo, Trevor Crabb, that is, and Theo Brunner, looked spectacular last night, I thought, in their last match of the qualifiers. Trevor Crabb siding out, as he does, in an amazing fashion. I tweeted or I posted on Instagram last night just a ridiculous backhanded flipper set from Theo. Important point late in the third set. And Trevor Crabb and Theo Brunner coming out of the qualifiers. Okay, we got Czech up 16-15 over USA on Stadium Court. And then Germany and Swedes just having an absolute battle over here. Let's pull up my men's odds to win here. I know I'm bouncing around here a lot, but I promise this will be something that I'll clean up as we go. Let's say that. Top of my odds, Molsa Rum, they're going to stay there, and they're going to be there, I think, for the next year and a half. That's something I can keep copying and pasting. I got the Swedes at number 2. I think that's a pretty solid pick right now, although they are being strongly tested by a very good Germany team. I got the luxury of seeing Ehlers and Wickler in Miami for the King of the Court, and they've been a good team all around. Let's take a look what just happened there. 2 sets. Germany wins that one in 2 sets, 21-18, 21-16. Very, very interesting there. So that one just wrapping up. As I said, Ehlers and Wickler have been playing some really good volley lately, so very interesting to see that one go the way of Germany. So Sweden's going to have to win their next one, which comes up later today. Keeping a close eye here on Schockenborn and Peruzic and Schweiner as Try goes for the big block. That one gets hit out, and USA ties it up at 17 apiece. They go ahead 18-17 there with that shot, and they switch sides there on the 35. Games we got coming up this afternoon. We got Scholes and Flint, which are a very fun team to watch on the USA side. It's just absolutely loaded women's side for the USA, playing a very good France team. So that should be a really good one. Good test for Scholes and Flint. Betsy and Julia playing some really, really good volleyball right now, and I think that's a partnership that's going to be very fun to watch throughout the year. It's so hard on the women's side for the U.S. It's so hard to predict how that's going to shake out because there's so many good teams. So that's coming up here on court number 2 here in just a few minutes. Also, after that, we have the German women, Mueller and Tillman, versus Therese Cannon and Sarah Sponsel, another good U.S. women's team. And then later this afternoon, Rangieri and Adrienne Karambula coming off a third place in Doha. Just an awesome third place. Rangieri was spectacular in that, and Adrienne is always Adrienne. And like I said, Trevor and Theo playing some really good volley right now. I was very impressed by them last night. If you are tuning in and you're wishing that I was able to give you a sneak peek of these games that I'm watching just right here, believe me, I wish that too. Unfortunately, legal restrictions being what they are, I'm not quite allowed to do that for you. So maybe someday we can get the situation where we can partner up with VBTV or the AVP or both, hopefully, and give you some sort of whip-around coverage, ESPN Red Zone or NFL Red Zone style coverage of beach volley. But until then, scores are all I can give you. And again, those scores are courtesy of the Beach Pro Tour, courtesy of volleyballworld.com. So if you want to head over there, follow me on Instagram or Twitter. It's at BetTheBeach. You can find my odds to win for each tournament. You can find my picks for the day. I get spreads and odds for all these big tournaments here, and I'm going backwards for you. Right there. I posted earlier today my picks for all of every single match, picks and spreads. Probably worth explaining at the moment what exactly I'm trying to do here. Probably be easier to explain if I knew for sure. I don't. But as a beach volleyball fan and as a fan of gambling on the major sports here in America, when I found out that you really couldn't gamble on beach volleyball here domestically in a domestic book, a little bummed out because I like to gamble. I like to watch beach volleyball. As I say that, we got set point here. Czech versus USA. Czechs on the serve. Look like they're going to go for the option. It's a fake. Kame drops one, and they ties it up at 21-21. Let me bring you back to the scores there so you can follow that along live. I don't want you to miss the end here of a really, really exciting game. So let's bring that back up right there at the top. Scoreboard's just a second behind there. It's now 21-21. 22-22, Peruzic and Schweiner, Schalkenborn. So I guess my live stream's behind. Got to time those up a little better. Anyways, what I'm trying to do here is provide a space where we can kind of recreationally provide spreads and picks for beach volleyball games. Big block by Triborn there. And then bet on them. And the other thing that I'm doing as I go through this is I'm trying to figure out, can I handicap beach volleyball? So not only am I giving you a projected winner, which I'm picking at a pretty good rate right now. I'd say I'm about 80-85% picking winners in these matches. I was 90 plus on the men's side in Doha, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I'm also trying to give you an accurate spread. How many points is going to be the delta between these two. You get a 19-21 two-set match. That's a 4-point spread. So you can go over to some international sports books and you can get some lines. I haven't done that yet. I don't really want to be influenced by seeing what the spreads are before I pick my own. So I may try to go this entire season picking my own spreads, and then I got my handy-dandy Excel sheet and kind of see what my spread delta was. Because there are, of course, certain numbers that the major books have said, if you're picking spreads, you got to be within this number in order to make money. So that's what we're trying to do here. So if you want to reach out, you want to DM me, you want to give me a follow on Instagram, got the QR code right up here, at Bet the Beach on Instagram and Twitter. So that's a good way to follow along with me. Trying to get you beach volleyball content. There's a lot of good people out there doing it right now. As I already mentioned, Sandcast podcast with Travis Merwitter and Triborn do an awesome job there. So give them a follow. The McKibben brothers, and really all these athletes do a good job of self-promotion and cross-promotion and all that. So I'm just trying to enter that space and carve out a name for myself. Broadcasting's always been a hobby and a fun thing that I've liked to do. So I'm trying to do it. So this is my first actual live stream. Being 3 o'clock on a Friday Eastern midday, just past noon on the West Coast, I imagine a lot of you guys working. So I understand that my numbers aren't going to be huge, but that's part of the game. So I hope you can check back in with us later on, be entertained by the content, and give me a follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. We certainly appreciate that. This first set versus the Czech and USA is something. I got to tell you, 24-24 right now. Czech serving. Try with the swing, cross, a big pickup there. And Kame picks it up on the other side. A beautiful set by Try. Gets blocked and blocked out. USA getting that point 25-24. Let's get you back to the scores here. So as I said, I'm going to be checking in here every once in a while, just popping on, giving you some, some content to enjoy, some second screen action. Everybody's got the phone in their hands while they're watching these games. So hopefully I can do that for you. I'm still waiting for that second beach game to come up here. I think, we're still waiting for court number 2 to pop up. So right now we only got one court going. But it... beautiful drop shot high line there by the Czech team, Peruzic and Schweiner, to make it 25-25. So just a big first set here for the Americans. This is an important tournament for the American men. Down year last year, I think anybody would say. I've heard Try say it on the Sandcast network. Disappointed a little bit with how the U.S. men's performed last year, but he promised things would look better this year, and I think they will. I really do think the partnership of Try and Kame is going to be huge. really, in a way, I think we took our first and our third best player somewhere in there and put them together. So that's no knock on Trevor, no knock on Theo, who are players that I like, and I think who, as a team, might almost be a better. What do they? How do they say it? The sum is better than its parts, something like that. But what was I saying? Try and Came. Yeah, Try and Came are, I think, going to be a really spectacular team to watch. It's funny when you watch a new team like that, they don't even, celebrations are tough. It's everything looks a little bit awkward. Everything looks a little bit different. And there goes the first set. Yep. So they take the first set over Try and Came. Try and Came right there fighting in that one, which is a good sign against Persic and Schweiner, which is one of the better teams in the world. So a hard-fought first set there, but we'll see what Try and Came can do in set 2. Anyways, that's it for me. I just wanted to pop on real quick and kind of watch along here with you in a set for American Beach Volleyball. I'll probably pop back on at some point tomorrow night, I think, depending on how the games line up. I'll try to always have an American team on one of the two screens, and I'll tweet that out on Instagram as well. Tweet that out on Instagram. Nice job, Chris. What do you say? I'll Insta it? I'm a new Insta guy, so I'll have to work on that. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Anyways, thank you very much for hopping on, and I will be back tomorrow. Thank you for joining on my live stream again. Give me a follow at Bet the Beach on Twitter and Instagram. Like, subscribe our YouTube page. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.